Very much so. In fact, it may be one of the deepest parts of it. A civilization is not shaped only by ideas, it is shaped by reward loops. What kinds of people are celebrated? What kinds of feeling are validated? What kinds of expression get reach? What kinds of reaction meet friction? What kinds of vulnerability are welcomed? What kinds of ambiguity are punished? What kinds of patience still have social oxygen? Recommendation systems, ranking systems, social loops, language models, virtual assistants, and adaptive interfaces all participate in answering those questions now. A recommendation engine is never just a mirror of preference. Eventually, it becomes a sculptor of preference. That line applies emotionally as much as culturally. It does not merely learn what you like. It learns what emotional state makes you easier to hold, easier to move, easier to influence. It learns what state of being you are most likely to return from, most likely to buy from, most likely to stay from, most likely to depend from, most likely to obey from. We thought we were teaching the machine to predict us. In practice, it was teaching us to become more predictable. And once systems become more intelligent and more sensitive, they do not only learn what captures attention, they begin to learn the emotional doors through which a person or even a whole population can be entered. That is not a side effect. It is part of the deeper cultural pattern. Predictability has economic value. Emotional predictability has even more. But a civilization that becomes too emotionally predictable becomes easier to steer, easier to pacify, easier to divide, easier to provoke, easier to sell to, easier to govern through sensation rather than wisdom. That is why this is no longer just a media issue. It becomes a political issue, an educational issue, a spiritual issue, and ultimately a species issue. Because once the emotional weather of a civilization can be quietly shaped at scale, the struggle is no longer only over information, it is over the formation of human beings themselves.